This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 667 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for June 17th, 2025. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. It is me, Lee. I am your host this week again, but I am here with Chris, Tracy, and Michelle for the first time in what feels like forever.
It really does.
Finally.
Yay!
The moment Chris has been waiting for. He can actually talk spoiler-filled about Epic Universe. But before we get into that,
UUOP is brought to you by the Producers Club. Join today and get bonus episodes, chance to be guest host, be part of our awesome Facebook community, and more. Head over to uUOP.supercast.com to subscribe. Shameless plug.
so yes, your ears were not deceiving you there. I did say spoiler-filled. We put a post out on our Facebook page and on our Instagram and asked people how they would want to do our review. And the vast majority of people want us to go full spoilers. So if you haven't been yet and you don't want to know anything that's going on in that park, the next 2 episodes are not for you.
No.
Voldemort dies on Ministry of Magic.
So we are breaking it down into 2 episodes. This episode we are going to be talking about Celestial Park and Dark Universe, and the next one will be Berk, Super Nintendo World, and Ministry of Magic. So we will begin in Celestial Park. Chris, I'm going to give it to you because I know you've been dying to talk about Epic Universe for so long. We're just going to shoot for however long we feel we need to talk about Celestial Park.
Okay.
Do you have any specific questions for us, Chris, now that we have all experienced it?
That's a good one. I mean, we talked about it before lightly, how many restaurants and things there are inside of Celestial Park to eventually have that be an open area at some point. What do you guys think about that?
So we got actual, I hate to say this, but Lee, you were right.
I know.
Don't tell him that. Oh my God.
It pained me. It pained me to say that. But you were right. We did get confirmation that from a very reliable source that Celestial Park will be eventually used as a sort of city walk type venue for that campus. And having been there,
Yes.
I understand it. We still have a couple of questions, but and I don't know if you noticed this, Chris, but did you notice walking through the portals that there are actually like sliding doors hidden in the portals themselves that would completely close off? Yeah. So that was done on purpose, not just for if they need to close off a portal for whatever reason, but mainly for that reason, for being able to shut it off at night and use Celestial Park for kind of evening activities, which is set up so perfectly. I believe, wasn't it you and I, Lee, that were walking towards the shops at night and we were like, this, I don't even feel like I'm in a theme park right now. This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, our last trip, we literally finished the park at 10. We were going to walk out and we were with the Griswolds. And I think David or Joni came up and just went let's sit by the fountain and just wait till they kick us out. And we didn't leave till 11:30 at night.
I heard.
Yes.
Wow.
It was fantastic. We just literally sat there staring at the sky and the water. And it was just the most relaxing thing ever.
It's funny how Tracy and I have talked about it, of how much time we've actually spent. I mean, that's at this point, Tracy and I have spent 4 days in Epic. Michelle, you've spent 3. Chris has spent 4 days as well. And it's the area in the park that I feel like we've explored the least.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's at this point, we're not ranking lands yet. I want to I want to wait until after our October trip before we start doing a lot of that stuff. I don't know what that was, but it's probably my favorite area right now. It's just, Tracy, I know you've said it quite a few times. It's somewhere where you just quite happily grab a book and just go and sit and chill out What I'm going to say
by
is...
the fountain, not just randomly on the
anywhere,
floor.
I think, honestly. Can you imagine doing a weekender there and just hanging out as a big group of people? It is just so built for that.
You know, that's kind of like an idea that's rattling around my head is we have a designated lunchtime and it's like, grab your food and we just all meet here.
Yeah.
Then it's not worried about people's dietary restrictions or anything like that. They just get what they want to eat and meet us around the fountain and we just sit on those grassy areas and catch up and just chill out.
Because we talked about doing something similar on the last weekend, didn't we, in Central Park? But when you look at studios and there's not really anywhere to do this. Celestial Park has so many areas that you could just quite comfortably do that. And it is gorgeous.
It's so pretty.
I mean, they made it to be a hangout spot.
Yeah,
they really did.
You know, we theorized this prior about it being some kind of city walk type-ish thing, right? We're just making that comparison here.
Yeah.
But again, count the amount of restaurants, bars. There's a stage out there for performing. So you have music.
Yep.
You
Where's
can
the
have
stage?
street entertainment. The stage is right in front of the ice cream. It's where Dark Universe is.
Yeah.
Right in front of there. Like when we went, every single day there was a band playing from morning till night. Which also gives you just some entertainment to do. You have coffee, you have ice cream, you have everything. Literally everything you want to do to hang out. And then you can just pop up little street, performers. They have they had the poem writing thing that they had during the daytime. You can do that at nighttime.
We never saw that.
Yeah, they're the artists.
Yeah, so they set up like little booths. I know he was somewhere in Celestial Park, but it was he was like kind of decked out in a, I don't know how to describe it, like 1920s-esque outfit with a little twisty mustache, and he would write a poem out by hand for you in very pretty handwriting. And then there was some other things there that we saw, like I believe it was the last trip when we were walking through, and this is towards the beginning. You make the left, and you're going to start passing by the Atlantic.
Yes, and
there was a lady there, and maybe it was a couple that were doing something with like postcards or letters.
The watercolors.
Yeah. It was outside.
The line was so long for that.
It was outside the Otherworldly Mercantile when we went in on opening day because friends of ours, Guy and Dawn Timmis, they got it done. From what I've heard, you have to stand and pause for it. It's like 2 hours. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what we heard. But it's free.
Yeah, it's a little too much, but
but it's super cool.
Did you ever see any of the living statues?
Yes, we did.
I did. Yeah.
So cool.
Very cool.
After going around and seeing all that, just on the first trip alone, I immediately said, this is made for that. This is not just for the theme park because there's way too many restaurants.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm not even counting the Blue Dragon. I'm not counting the Atlantic. You have the Meteor Astro Pub.
Yeah, you got
a lot
Comet
of quick
Dogs.
services.
Oaken Star's awesome.
Yeah.
Oaken Star's great. There's another performer in there we were watching, just like playing there. So you have your food and music combo going on in there.
But everything you want.
It's
like
perfect.
everything.
It's perfectly set up though, because during the day it's this beautiful parkland that you've got all the kinetic energy from what you can see from like stardust and things like that. But in actual fact, when feet the ground, that level, it's so peaceful and tranquil. So imagine when those trees grow up as well. It's going to be even better.
It's going to be a completely different landscape.
Yeah, it's going to be stunning. But then with that light package, by night it's completely transformed. The energy changes.
But then it still feels calm. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre.
It feels like
feels what?
Calm.
It does.
Calm, yeah.
But it feels like a Mediterranean village.
Oh yeah.
It's just so chill and beautiful. And like you said, Chris, you were telling us that even because I believe the days that you went were more crowded than opening weekend that we experienced.
Yeah.
But you said even on crowded days, it didn't feel crowded. And I understand that. Especially in Celestial Park, the walkways are massive.
Yes.
They're fantastic. Yeah. I mean, to add to that, right? And this is to something that you said earlier, Michelle. So, we went there, we ate at the Blue Dragon. We weren't supposed to, right? We had dinner reservations. We canceled them because we were busy. And then we're like, well, let's just go in there and just check out the bar. So we ended up having some drinks, appetizers, ended up, doing what we normally do, which is talking to everybody for way too long and meeting interesting people, right? But then the next day, so that whole day, I'm like, I really want to come back and eat like a full meal here at the Blue Dragon. We didn't end up doing that. So we go to I was going to say the regular parks. We went to the OG parks the next day. And I was like, God, I wish we could just go to dinner at the Blue Dragon tonight. And one of the things that was observed, and I think this has been, I saw it somewhere online. So when you go into the portals, right? Yes, there is that door that you can close off every single portal that's there, right? Did you notice the circles in the ground in front of the portals?
Yes.
Which are
all patterned differently for each land.
No. I'm talking about that are in the ground.
No.
Well, I mean, I noticed there were circles, but what do they do?
There's poles that come out so that you can scan a ticket.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you can theoretically have people inside that land while the parks are open and still have guests going in and out of parks or lands.
Interesting.
They're eventually going to be opening the park at 5:00 to guests to come in. And those poles that are in front of every land are ticket counters so that guests that have tickets can go inside their respective lands and other guests can come in and eat.
Okay.
They'll be able to have park guests and non-park guests into the park at the same time.
But you will have to scan your ticket to go into one of the four worlds.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have those poles there that you can theoretically have guests going into the land that they have a ticket for while having non-ticketed while having non-ticketed guests come in, while the park's still open to go have that dinner.
So are we expecting that to be like paid to go into Celestial Park or just open like City Walk?
Oh, I think it's going to be a City Walk-esque.
Yeah, I think it'll just be open and then.
But
you know what though? I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that because if I've paid for park access, that includes Celestial Park to me. And I don't want to have to fight extra crowds and I don't want to have to share my food options with extra crowds.
Oh, I think it's not great for paid guests. I definitely agree with you on that. But it's a non-paid guest. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, because you're also going to be sharing that with, I'm assuming, Stardust Races and Constellation Carousel will be open to City Walk. There we go. That's where we're at already. To Celestial Park guests.
Celestial Walk.
Anyway, that's not what we're talking. We're not talking about the future. We're talking about now.
And it
but I think it's all pertinent though.
But it will also impact the transport.
Yeah.
Okay. Blue Dragon, phenomenal.
Yes.
There's one of the things I've been saying, and it goes for the whole park at this point, that I love and hate in equal measure.
Okay.
You know what it is. I've said it every time we talk about it. So I have found myself wandering around Epic Universe, desperately needing a pee.
Oh, yes.
If you don't know where the bathrooms are, good luck finding them, because there's absolutely no signage for anything that you need to find anywhere. So I hate that. Yeah, that's what I mean. I love it and hate it in equal measure. Because I love it because it obviously is keeping that immersion and making it feel like a real place. But also, it's like, if I need to pee, I need to find a bathroom now.
But also, with repeated...
On your fourth visit, you'll get it.
I was going to say, with repeated
I've had 4 visits and I still don't know where they are. I know where the ones in certain areas are. And anyway...
No, honestly, I love that fact, and it's obviously in every single land.
Yes.
I think Alexa on our first trip was having that same issue, and she's the one that pointed that out, and I didn't realize it. And I'm like, oh, I love this.
Yes.
Like, there's no, bathroom this way, restaurant this way. It's just find it.
Where are they in the other parks? Where's the signage for them in the other parks?
Exactly.
That's a good question.
So
I don't know.
pie hole.
Oh my god. Anyway,
I
just wear a diaper, and that's it.
Well, and we've got the app at our fingertips.
I've never thought, I didn't realize you could find bathrooms in there. It was only because we were talking to Grace yesterday that she mentioned you can find the nearest restaurant. I didn't know that was a thing.
You can find anything in the app. You can click on the search menu inside the app and
I didn't
click
know that was a thing.
pretzel, and it'll tell you where to buy pretzels.
See, I would just go, oh, there's a bathroom. I'll go as a pass.
Or just ask any team member that you come across, which are every 5 steps. Hey, where's the closest bathroom?
What I what I very specifically love about Celestial Park is, and again, I know we've been at a time when it's super quiet and it's never going to be like that again, but even that extra day we went when it was much busier, there are so many areas around Celestial Park that you can go and be entirely by yourself. There's so many just like random little paths here and there, little steps down into areas, little bridges across.
Around Atlantic had a lot.
Yes,
and
it
around
really
Atlantic
does.
had a great little garden for service dogs, I noticed.
Yes.
I was really pleased to see that it wasn't just a utility, like fenced off place. It's really pretty and well planted.
We will say that
was
Universal always seem to deliver on whatever they promise. So like when they announced
Apart from Fast and Furious, but you know.
when they announced Epic Universe, they said we want to put the park back into theme park, and they have in spades.
Absolutely. I mean, the artist's renderings, this looks exactly as it was drawn.
It's just
it's
stunning.
crazy.
It's absolutely
insane.
It
Isn't
really
it?
is.
In fact, I would love some of that artwork.
So our last day there, it started raining about 4:00, and we stayed till like 9, closed at 9. So we did some other bits and bobs, and then we were going to stay for the fountain show, but it was pouring down, so we decided to kind of duck back through Celestial Park to go to Otherworldly Mercantile to do a bit of shopping. And I'm glad we did, because that fountain show is amazing. But walking through Celestial Park while that fountain show is going on is something else entirely.
Really is.
Yeah, still haven't experienced it.
Oh my God, every building...
Like, I've seen pieces of it running from one land to another, but not, really getting to fully see everything.
Every lamppost, every building has a light package on it that is synced to that fountain show. It is amazing.
It's 1 million lights that are all individually accessible.
Yes.
1 million lights.
Yeah, but
Imagine
Helios
that
is very
switchboard.
involved in that show too, because Rush of Fear crew, we were up in Bar Helios during one of the fountain shows. And although the patio part was closed off because it had rained and flooded in there, but we were right behind the, it's not called a Kronos there, the medallion, whatever you call it up there on the top of Helios.
Yeah.
We were right behind that. And that was like, all of that up there was very involved in the timing with the music and everything. It was very cool.
That's awesome.
That's got to be
the fireworks
view.
supposed to come up from there too, on the roof.
Are they doing
Well,
fireworks?
obviously, I couldn't see that.
Because as far
that's
as I'm
what was
aware,
told to me from
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they're doing
Fernando.
fireworks because
That's the whole plan. That
I don't
they're
think
gonna be,
they haven't done them yet, though. As far as I'm aware, the only 2 nights they've done fireworks is the media event, like day before grand opening, and the day before that. It's weird because on opening day they just did the fountain show.
Yeah,
and it's
we were so
we got to see
surprised.
like the whole thing with fireworks and drones the night before, and then the opening night was like, oh, it's just the fountains, is it?
I'll be honest.
they'll probably announce that.
I mean, with the fireworks, while I'm glad we got to see it, I'm kind of like a little narked for like people who've gone for grand opening and they didn't get, because those fireworks were all the decibels. Let's just face it, crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but it's just like, again, it's the land we've spent probably the least amount of time in as well. But it's the place I want to spend the most amount of time in right now, because it is just it's open for exploration. Like, it really lends itself to just going and finding hidden little places, and I love it
I
so
cannot,
much.
I absolutely cannot wait until it is added to our annual passes.
Yes.
Because I cannot, like, that's the only way I'm going to be, because of my personality, that's the only way I'm going to be able to ever go to Epic Universe just to relax.
Yes.
Because otherwise I want to ride the rides because they're
want your money's
amazing.
worth.
But like, yeah, exactly. But I cannot wait to feel relaxed going to that park so that I can take a book, because just like Tracy, there were so many places I was like, oh my God, I would love to just lay right there in that soft grass.
Yeah.
And under, in the shade, and like just be there. That would be so cool. My only, and this isn't even really a complaint, but like the only thing that took my eye out of the mood and the environment was in the big lagoon. Oh, actually in the smaller one too, but being able to actually see all of like the mechanical works inside the fountain. That kind of took me out of like the aesthetics.
Well, I think that goes.
I was going to say,
with it, though.
It's new and it's clean. There'll be some algae growth and bloom in a while, and then you won't be able to see it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it would have been a pain or even impossible to like make those so that they can come up out of the fountain, or even if they just actually have like the fountains going all day, but just like in a little small way so that there's bubbles hiding those contraptions that are under the water. But that was the only thing I noticed where I was like, that doesn't look very aesthetically pleasing, but it's so menial. That is it's not a complaint.
Yeah, we commented, I don't think it matters where you stand in Celestial Park. The view is spectacular.
Yeah, beautiful.
And you talk about, like, Michelle, you were talking about there about, like, having it on your pass and then being able to relax. It was funny because you guys know how stressed I was over opening day. And getting to go for the media event and having ridden everything, that first day, if you'd have been like, oh, we'll go for breakfast at Oak and Star, if that was our first day, I'd have been like, no, there's no way. But because we'd already done that, I was like, yeah, okay. And Oak and Star was amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad we did that.
That is the barbecue, right?
We went for breakfast, Chris.
It's
so
over
it was
by the exit of, over by the portal of Dark Universe.
It's where the Plastered Owl is. The Plastered Owl is attached to Oak and Star.
Okay, so you ate there.
Yes, we had breakfast there. It was fantastic.
Even when they messed up my coffee order in the best way.
Yeah, we've complained for years on doing this podcast of not having anywhere to get breakfast over at the other parks. There's so many options in this park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very pleased about that.
And there's 2 Starbucks, Tracy, 2.
Yeah, we found that out tonight, actually.
Yeah. Great. 2 places for me to flick middle fingers at.
We were watching.
Actually, if you ever get it, I really like the dragon fruit booster. That is gorgeous, but you don't get that yet. Apparently.
All right.
But when you see it, get it.
Let's talk about the rides a little bit at this point. I don't know how many times you guys have
rides
done
in there. I forgot.
There is. We've done Constellation Carousel twice.
Twice or 3 times?
Twice. And Stardust Races once each side.
Yeah.
And I'm so desperate to ride that coaster again.
At night.
Just any time.
And the carousel at night.
Chris, I don't know whether I've told you the story about when we rode it on opening day. I know Michelle isn't keen on it, believe it or not.
Oh, don't say that. It's not that. It just terrified me.
That sounds very not keenish of you.
So we bumped into some vlogger friends of ours, Ben and Aubrey Fudge from the Fudge Factor.
Awesome people.
And they were like, oh, what are you up to? I was like, oh, we're just about to go and ride Constellation Carousel. And there was like me, Tracy, Michelle,
Constellation
Audrey.
Carousel? No, we weren't.
Stardust Races.
No, Stardust Racers.
Stardust Races. There was me, Tracy, Michelle, Audrey, Gillian, and then those two. And like, oh, we'll come with you. So Gillian was like, right, we need to coordinate this because it was literally walk on. There was nobody in line for it. So Gillian was like, we need to coordinate. So you guys get in the middle and we'll kind of work it out so we're sat in the same seat. So on one side, yellow side was Michelle, Audrey, and Gillian. And then on the other side, there was me and Tracy and Ben and Aubrey in exactly the same seats opposite each other. Yeah. Chris, oh my God.
In the middle of the cars.
Oh my God.
It's so enhanced, that ride.
I know, we did it once. We got to do it once, and it was so badass.
Amazing. Put it this way, that Aubrey had met Gillian like 5 minutes beforehand. She grabbed hold of her, gave her the biggest hug and went, thank you so much for inviting us along for this because that is the best ride we have had on that ride ever.
It's funny because Jill was the one pushing it.
Of course it was.
No, we have to do it like this. This has to be that way.
Dead
I'm
right.
like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it.
It makes that ride so much better.
So good.
Such a great
That was
coaster.
the coolest part. My only thing is that I wish that had been my second or third ride because
Michelle's
my very first experience on that ride, I was not expecting the intensity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
when
think
you
it's
look
intense.
when you watch the ride, you're just like, oh my God, that looks so fun. Like there's not a whole lot of loops or corkscrews or anything like that. It doesn't look like that big a deal.
There's a lot of hills.
There's a lot of G-forces that really got me. Like I was not expecting those G-forces to hit in the places that they hit.
There's a lot of airtime.
You guys like the most
green.
I didn't get to do the green.
Even though green my shoulder. That's why Audrey's laughing at me for gripping on because I had my arms up because my shoulder's being great. The double launch just knocked my shoulder back just that touch too far.
Double launch.
Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, I had to like drop my arm quick and I was feeling a bit sick because of the pain. So then I'm holding on and Audrey's thinking that I'm doing that because I'm terrified. It's like, no, I'm trying not to pass out because of the pain in my shoulder.
We started off on green, did yellow, then kind of did back and forth throughout our trips there. And we had a preference for green. I'm really liking yellow just because it has that very hill, like, it just kind of throws you kind of up and down a lot. We did it one time. Back row.
Oof.
Holy Okay.
No.
That it was so strong and rough. I'm not saying in a good way
Really?
or a bad way. It's just very strong. It yanks your soul out of your body. So much so that we went to go ride it again. And David was like, I am not sitting anywhere near the back.
Wow.
And guess where we got to sit
No.
again.
Nice.
And I'm like, well, here we go again. And I just think it's a lot. So you got to be at 100%. You can't be feeling bad. Can't be just don't eat something and do this either. But God, it was so much fun in the back.
It's very much a coaster of two halves is what I love. Like that
Definitely,
first
yeah.
half, it's like Velocicoaster being like a coaster of two halves. That first half's quite kind of...
It's traditional roller coaster, up and down, fling you about.
And then that second half is just... Once you go through that second launch in the middle, when you pull round into the tunnel and fly out of there, it's just... The only way I can say it is it's like a ballet. It is balletic. It is
yes.
amazing. Especially on the green side, I feel like you twist around yellow more than yellow twists around green, which I don't know
100%.
how that's even possible, but it definitely feels that way. That second half is just amazing, and I can't wait to do it at night.
Whoever designed that coaster, and I'm talking about the layout,
Yes.
bravo.
Absolutely.
Because we had Dueling Dragons for years, and it was a great ride. Not knocking the ride, but this is just leaps and bounds better.
Absolutely.
In reference to how much it intertwines with itself.
Yes.
Dueling, you had maybe like 2 or 3 cross sections that you'd kind of do something,
Yeah, I
and it
think
was cool, but it was just so fast you didn't really get to see it.
Yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
I can deadlock somebody in the other row
Yep.
for like 70% of that
Yeah.
ride.
Amazing.
It's so
Yeah.
well timed.
It's so well timed. And
Yeah.
there's moments where I don't know if you got this experience when you guys did the split car, but there are times that when it's doing that crossover, intersection, loop, whatever it is, at whatever point, it almost feels like slow motion.
Yes.
When
we
you're
said
like
that.
looking at the other card.
Yes.
And I think it's because you're visually, when you're looking at another card, it's moving. But when it does it just right and you're in the same spot, it's like everything stops.
Because
It's
you're
really
going
cool.
along
Yeah.
with it. Yeah, it's that view as well. If you look from not from the entrance, but from the front view,
Yeah.
looking, it's like the front of the Comet, looking with the 2 loops that come round in
Yes.
front. It is a gorgeous coaster.
It really
Considering
is.
how well themed everything is in the park, the coaster obviously has a theme. It's the Comet, but it's not a themed coaster as such, like something like Velocicoaster. But that view from it is beautiful.
Yeah. No,
It's a very intense.
spectacular.
cool
And the
ride.
See, I
backstory
don't
is super
think
cool.
it is. Yeah, we're going to delve into that at some point.
That was quite intense. I love it.
So talking of rides that have jumped up on my hype list, we're not going to rank them yet, but
saying that.
Constellation Carousel far exceeded what I expected of it. Look, I'm not on the level of Shelby from Taste of Universal, who's ridden it 30
I'm in
times in
awe.
a day, but whatever. And you did hear that right. She rode it 21 times back to back.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's it.
The first time I didn't realize there's 7 ride profiles on there, and there's most of them are kind of, and there's one that's like, that one has a plot twist in the middle, and I didn't expect it. I don't know whether you guys have done it, but in the middle of that, it stops and does
disco
a
version.
and then goes backwards, and I was like, oh, hang
the
on.
rewind.
Oh, that was the first one we did.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that was okay. So it's not always like that.
Apparently,
No.
that's the most random one. That's the one that happens the least, apparently.
So we wrote it. Audrey and I wrote it at night, and it was
I really
so
wanna do it.
beautiful. And the song that we got was very ethereal and like
oh, perfect.
calm, and it just like it was. If you looked around, it was nothing but adults. There were no children on our go around. All these adults are just riding these little bitty like constellation creatures, just looking around like we're all about to fall asleep because it was just so relaxing. It was hilarious, but. At night is a totally different experience. I think that's probably the only time I would ride it is at night.
There's one thing I really like about it is all of the animals, we'll call them. That when the ride stops, they are at their lowest
Yes, you
point.
commented
All
that
of them.
tonight when we were watching.
So that's
Yeah.
accessible
What?
for almost
So
everybody.
because they all move up and down at the end of the ride, unlike Carousel where they'll just stop where they stop, Constellation Carousel, every ride vehicle, if you want to call it, will drop to its lowest point to make it easy to get off.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Then they've got like legit seatbelts, which was interesting.
Yeah, it took me. I could not figure it out
No,
the
me
first
either.
time I was trying to get it
Yeah.
on. I had no idea what was going on. I felt like such a tit.
But I also like how there's the 3 discs within the big carousel.
I really like it.
because
Yeah.
you didn't. I went on for the extra rotation.
I
And
was
you
like, yeah,
went,
I'm not going to risk it.
You were on what I would call a stationary
Yeah.
one, which it went up and
So
down,
were
but just
Audrey
went
and I were
round.
too.
But
Was
I
it
was
like
going
the
all
seat
over.
thing with one in the middle? You're talking about the
No,
side by
just-
side?
There are 3 smaller circles within the large circle.
Yeah.
And if you get on one of the cars that's within one of those 3 circles, then you're rotating not just in the big circle, but
Yes,
you're also
yeah.
rotating within that small circle too.
Oh,
Not in a
Whereas-
fast way,
No.
but you
No,
are
no.
getting a little bit more action.
Yes.
And there were multiple vehicles that were not within those smaller circles. And Audrey and I happened to accidentally pick those. And so I was watching everybody else around us go like by like 10 more times. I was like, what the hell's happening
I gotta
here?
go back and do that.
Yeah.
I will say, for the amount of rides that I was concerned about motion sickness on in this park, not a single one of them. Genuine. And I've
I was
ridden
shocked.
everything apart from fire drill in that park so far. And
Yeah,
You
even-
didn't miss
even-
anything out.
we will get there.
Okay.
We will get there.
All right.
Right. I think we're done with Celestial Park. We will take a quick
I
break.
don't want to leave.
We will no, but we have to. We have to move into another portal. So we'll be back
Okay.
after this.
I wish to go to Universal Studios Singapore.
Hello, I'm Steven Spielberg. Ride the movies at Universal Studios Singapore. A spectacular destination for the people of the region and the people of the world.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
Welcome back, everyone. We are continuing our in-depth review of Epic Universe. We're going to move into our first world, and that is Dark Universe.
Oh my goodness,
my
this
baby.
place.
It felt like a Halloween Horror Nights scare zone built to last forever.
It's even smelled like Halloween Horror Nights to me. It was
Yeah, it feels like an ancient village that
When
really
did you guys
exists.
go in there?
So we went
When?
in first thing
Yeah, like
on.
what time?
So we
that
went.
was our first portal.
Yeah.
So when we went in for the media event, it was the first portal we went in. So we were in there from 8 till 11. But then we went back the following night.
Yes.
So we've been in there at night and during the day.
Okay.
And then on opening day, when we were all together, that was our first portal.
But then we
No, it
went
wasn't.
back in. No,
Ministry of Magic was our first
yeah, but
portal.
then we went over there. But then we went back. We were in Burning Blade Tavern at like 8:30.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we went into Das Steakhouse, and when we walked out of Das Steakhouse, I swear for a split second, I felt like I was at Halloween Horror Nights.
2 out of 3 of my nights were started and ended in Dark Universe.
Of course.
How did you like it during the daytime?
Gorgeous.
It's okay.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
It feels like that if you watch that Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman in, where they're just in the village during the day. It's like, oh, this is nice, isn't it? It's like a lovely old
Quaint
village.
little village.
It feels like that though. That when you think, oh, that when the sun goes down, it's going to be all. Which we had an interaction with a hound, Chris.
gonna say-
Oh my god.
I was going to say, no, but you have to be careful of the Champions.
Oh my god, Chris, the best interaction with a
Seriously?
hound in the Burning Blade Tavern ever. He was like, "Oh my god, you've got to be. Come on, you're safe in here. Come on in." He's like, you're not safe at any point in Darkmoor, even during the day. Even during the day, you think you're safe, but you're not. You hear the rustling in the bushes. Those are the Chorpions." And we were like, "The what?" The Chorpions. They're like a cross between a chicken and a scorpion, like a full-grown chicken with a scorpion's tail, but they're about the size of a baseball. We were like, "What?"
Okay.
It's just like, okay.
And they're like hunters, right?
Oh my god, he was absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant, and I
You're
I
missing
didn't
the
want to
best.
leave.
They're missing the funniest bit out.
What
But
happened?
the bulls. Oh no,
No!
he said. So he's like, "Oh, you've also got to be careful of the gobnoblins." And I wasn't paying attention at that point, right? And I was like, what did you just say? And he had to turn away because even
'Cause
he
he was
nearly
laughing.
started laughing. And he was like, "The gobnoblins." And I was like, "I thought that's what you said."
I had some of the like, I think for my favorite character interactions were always in Darkmoor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Audrey really loved Burke, obviously, but I had so many awesome interactions with the Invisible Man, with Igor, with the Bride and the Monster. Like, they were so awesome. And I love that the team members there, I hope they keep this up, because when the Wizarding World first opened, like, the team members were a little bit more into it than they are today.
Yeah.
But I hope they're able to continue this. They very much gave me the Haunted Mansion vibe, where like the team members at the Haunted Mansion very much get into their roles. And everybody that I came across team member wise in Darkmoor were also in their roles, which like, I ate that up. Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
We had one specifically outside of Das Steakhouse that wasn't in character, but that's because we kept going over and giving her hugs all the time. Love you, Shelby.
We do. I will say though, I'd left you in the gift shop after Monsters Unchained to go to the restroom.
Okay.
And as I was walking out, the people behind asked a team member where the Cursed Werewolf was. Is it Cursed Werewolf or Curse of the Werewolf?
Curse of the Werewolf.
Curse of the Werewolf. Where that ride was. So they were told, get to the end of this path, take a right and just follow the road all the way around. And I'm going, all the way down to the Burning Blade. Now this is like the...
You can get to it that way.
This is the second... This is actually... What day was this? This must be media. Because we worked with Michelle and everybody. So
or maybe the last day.
Could have been.
It wasn't. It was before we saw everybody, because I told the tale. And I'm thinking, hang on. I haven't been here often, but I know that's complete. Well, it's not completely the wrong way, but that's like the long-winded way. So I just turned around and went, we got to the end, I went,
just go down there and turn right.
You want Curse the Werewolf? He was like, yeah. I said, well, you see, if you just go straight over there, literally it's just round the corner there. He was like, oh, thank you. And because I looked and it was like, yeah, you've sent them 3 times the distance.
It does.
He probably got it confused with the Creature boat ride.
Yeah, that'll
be it. Yeah.
It does feel like a real village, because I remember, because we spent probably the first half an hour or so just kind of milling around that entrance bit where the well is, and then Trace is like, oh, when we were going to go to the Burning Blade Tavern, I was like, where the hell is that? Because you can't see it from there. Like, you've got to venture into the village to find certain things, even though it is... I know, Chris, you said when we talked about it when Kenneth was on, that it is quite a small land, and it does very much feel like Hogsmeade at Islands of Adventure, and just the sort of layout of it. But it invites exploration like Celestial Park does, even though it's as small as it is.
What I like about it as well is, having seen the classic monster movies, it feels like the set of Frankenstein. It feels like the set of the Wolfman. It feels like the set of the Invisible Man. Somehow they've managed to incorporate the feel of every location and encompass it into one place. I don't know how they've actually done that, unless they were all just like filmed the same soundstage.
Maybe.
I mean, for us going in there, it's a little bit different, kind of how we felt about it. And our opinion changed multiple times, right? Kind of going, different times. So the first time you go in there, kind of blown away because everything is brand new and it's like, oh my God. And we did both rides that first trip. And then we went to the other lands, and it kind of went really low on my list of lands that I enjoyed. And the reason why was, at least for us, it's during the daytime, especially if there's not really many characters out there, it's really kind of bland.
I will agree with that.
Black everywhere. There's not a whole lot going on. Burning Blade, phenomenal. The rides in there, obviously, great. I'm not saying anything about that. But from a land perspective, it just went all the way to the bottom of the list. On the first visit, the second visit we did during the daytime, still hadn't made it to nighttime in that place, which I know that's when it shines the most.
Yes.
And this last trip, we went in there at nighttime. And I got off because I'm like, now where does it go on the list? Because I love this land. At nighttime, it's a completely different vibe, right? Because you have all the lights that you can see and you have the smoke. And I think that's when that land really shines.
Yeah.
And I know it's not much they can do about it during the daytime because that's how it is, right? It's supposed to be this dark and gloomy area, but with the Florida sun doesn't really, add to that aesthetics. Yeah, after his last trip going at nighttime, it was straight up horror nights. Like I'm like, this is so good. And we met Bride and Frankenstein that night, which is one of the best meet and greets I've ever done.
We were going to do it on our last day and they were never out.
No.
We almost skipped riding. So we went to that land to go ride Monsters Unleashed.
Chained.
At the end of the night, Unchained. At the end of the night, last ride, park's about to close. And I see Bride and Frankenstein there. And I go to the group, I go, hey, we got to do this.
Yeah.
Did like a 15-minute wait. My God, those guys are so good and very quick.
So good.
Very quick. And they were just roasting the hell out of us the entire time. Like it was fantastic. It was, we had just, God, I forgot what we just had to eat. But like our tongues, I think Alexa's tongue was like green and somebody else's, right? From like candy coloring. And then they asked about the tongue. They're like, why is your tongue green? I made a stupid joke that I don't know if they picked it up. I go, she was just with Creature.
Oh, wow. That's what she said.
Yeah. And then it was just this like very random talk. It's like, no, it's because of this that we ate. They're like, and they asked where she's from, and Johnny's like, oh, Tennessee. He's like, do you lick everyone in Tennessee? Like, because they said, oh, we licked somebody. And they just kind of like, I think Joni complimented her nails. She's like, I love your nails. And she goes, oh yeah, yours are nice too. She goes, yeah, but they're not as nice as yours. She goes, I know that. And it's
exactly.
kind of so good doing all that stuff. And then obviously Igor has been the greatest breakout character. A character. I don't think they expected the amount of attention that Igor is getting.
No. Well, somebody told us, well, with that, I can't remember who it was, told us that the beaded bracelets he has, fans are giving him around 1,000 of those a day.
Jesus.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I mean, we had an awesome concert. What I am loving about the character interaction, we haven't done too many of them at this point, but from what I've seen and the ones we have experienced, I know a lot of people don't do character meet and greets because they find them awkward.
I do find some of them awkward.
What I have found about the ones at Epic Universe is they are all very much led by the characters. So there isn't that. It's like an orchestrated meet and greet with like a sort of, I don't want to say immersive theatre, but it's not like, right, we're just going to walk up and it's kind of going to be, what do we do now? They like we did the Toothless.
They lead it.
We'll talk about it later, but the Toothless one where it's a whole thing. So it's not all like, what do we do? That awkwardness has been taken away, and we found that very much in here, like with Igor and the Invisible Man, and it's awesome.
It really is.
Yeah.
My feelings were hurt a little bit, Chris, when you were talking about Darkmoor being at the bottom of your list during the day, because I mean, I know I'm the Halloween Horror Nights like rep here. That love just grew so tremendously, and I love all things horror. So like, to me, even during the day, like that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yes.
Like you said, that's what it's supposed to look like. And,
100%. Yeah. And I'm not knocking it.
Yeah, like I'm okay with that because I love all things creepy. I love walking through a graveyard during the day. That's cool. Like I think that aesthetic, that whole vibe, that creepy, eerie stuff, although very much more intense at night, I think it's just as beautiful during the day. So, and you can see a lot more details during the day.
That's true.
If you go slow enough to pay attention, like some of the signs were very, very cute, even for stroller parking. Did you notice the bloody outline guy in the bathroom?
Yes.
Yeah, like so many cool little.
Really?
Yeah,
I saw that before.
I don't know if I used the bathroom in that land, to be honest with you.
You'd never use the bathroom.
Not in that land.
Oh my goodness, they're the best restrooms on property.
Yeah.
Holy
Really?
crap! Yeah, they're completely themed.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
I'm not.
And I learned a lot during my VIP tour that I took. I have to listen back to the videos because I was getting so much information.
I want to do eventually. I want to do full deep dives into each land. We're just kind of doing our overall review. I want to do full reviews of everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't pull that stuff from my memory right now if I wanted to, but thank God I videoed it. But there are so many details that you won't notice unless it's daytime.
And let me clarify.
I
this
love
real
that
quick.
place.
When I say it dropped on my list, we're talking about a list that it has like home runs in every single park.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's like picking your favorite child, right?
Ranking,
like
exactly.
this is my
ranking
least
anything's
favorite
gonna
child.
be
We all
hard.
have one.
Yeah. What I want to say though is, by day it's one thing, by night it's another thing. But if it's raining, a night, go in there.
But also be very, very careful because we saw someone slip and smash
well, we
their
didn't
head
see
on the
them.
floor.
We didn't see them slip. We saw the aftermath of them
So be
getting
very
taken
careful
away.
in there.
But with the few lights you've got, that dim lighting and rain and the slickness on the floor, it's stunning. It's haunting.
Yes,
I
beautiful
can imagine
pictures
it
can be
was great.
taken.
Yes.
Also, my favorite color, like the portal, the inside of the portal.
Oh, the purple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That purple, but the way they do it, I think it's my favorite out of all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have one minor gripe with that, and you know what it is, which is, and this is all around the park, the carts.
Oh, yeah.
So the park's open till 10 o'clock. Let's close the carts at 5 p.m.
So, Michelle, you know that Tracy wanted the crossbody bag and the fan from the Curse of the Werewolf stall.
Oh, the little store like kiosk.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I was like, what are you talking about? Carts?
Yep, yeah, the cold carts. Yeah. Nope, didn't get it. It was closed.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like Audrey and I closed out the park all 3 nights, and I'm trying to.
It was.
We didn't go back to
pouring
Curse
down
of the
that night.
Werewolf.
No, but
I
I
don't
found
remember
out they
seeing
closed
very
at
many
5.
things closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the smaller things, which they're calling
I
carts.
know
Did you
exactly
say-
what car you're talking
Did
about.
you say it was raining though?
It was pouring down, but Tracy said
But
she asked
maybe
and
they
found...
closed
No,
that
Oh,
stuff.
I confirmed
No,
it was somebody
she
in the
asked
store.
and said, yeah,
and they said, no, they all close at 5. Which I think is crazy when you got another 5 hours
Yeah.
for people to
I
spend
did
their
not
money.
experience that at all.
And it wouldn't be
That's
so
very weird.
bad if that stuff was available elsewhere, but it's
it isn't,
literally
yeah.
specific to that location.
Yeah, it's very strange. Like there's like a couple of things, but for the most part, the stuff on that store you cannot get
It was
elsewhere.
in
Monster
the
store.
Monster
yeah.
store that I found that out because I dropped a lot of your
I
dollars.
know you did. So speaking of,
Curse of the Werewolf.
yeah, I want to share Michelle's reaction to the first time because Tracy and I had ridden it 3 times by the time
Oh, yes, 3 times.
Michelle rode it for the first time, and I think it was Michelle. Am I right in thinking that was the first ride you rode at Epic?
No, first ride was Monsters Unchained.
Oh yeah, so the second one then. And Michelle was
Yeah.
like, "Woo, woo!" Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Lee,
Yeah.
I've got the video. I had my meta glasses on during that ride.
All right. It is very
So,
short.
It's the video is brilliant because Lee, you're in
God.
the car next to us.
Right?
So my entire view is you riding the
Oh
ride.
my God.
It's great, but you can hear my commentary, and so what you just said, like I've got it on. So maybe you can add that to the bonus behind the scenes later.
I loved it.
That could be good for an Instagram short, actually.
Yeah, I loved it. It was. I was concerned the fact that it was a spinning coaster. I think the fact that it was as short as it was helped. But I've ridden that thing 5 times and got off it feeling fresh as a daisy. And
We have
it
only
is
done a spinny spin properly once, though.
so much fun. And I did not expect it to go do that loop and then go backwards the other way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a smart way to extend out a coaster that's very
Yes.
short.
Yeah. And also it gives you
Yes.
2 chances to see the werewolves.
Yeah.
Not that you can
Yeah.
see them either time.
Yeah,
I've
It's-
seen them both. I've seen them both.
That coaster is so much fun.
It
but
is so much
It
fun.
is.
so disappointing how short it is.
Yes.
Like I wish it was, at least a minute. I'm not sure how long it is.
Yeah, I was
but
just
feel
going to
like
say.
it's under a minute.
It's not
I feel
very
like-
long.
It's in my top 3. I'll put it that way.
Well, don't spoil it.
And you don't know where.
So apparently, not apparently, it is. The Curse of the Werewolf ride is longer than Hiccup Swing Gliders.
Really?
Okay.
Yep.
No.
Find that
Time-wise-
difficult.
time-wise
Very
it
difficult
is.
to believe. Wow.
Rich told me that.
So according to the Universal website, it says Curse of the Werewolf through the dark forest at 37 miles an hour for over 2 minutes of sheer thrill.
Which one? Curse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Wing Gliders is the other one. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's super short. I thought you meant the coaster.
Wing gliders is
No,
not.
the coaster.
No, the coaster is the
Wing
coaster.
Gliders.
Is it?
Yes.
Wing
Yeah.
gliders is longer than that.
But I
Yeah, it
think
has
it's
to be.
because you're actually moving, the track is longer. It feels like a longer ride, but if you're going just by time, Curse of the Werewolf is longer.
Interesting.
Weird.
I didn't believe him at all. I was
Very.
like, no way, you're
Wow.
lying. And he was like, no, it is. And he told me the exact times. I don't remember what they were.
I mean, I would trust
Yeah.
him.
What
Absolutely.
does he know?
Yeah. I mean, look,
He's not a supervisor of VIP doors or anything.
No.
let's get on to the top of the mountain as it comes to attractions in
The breakout winner.
potentially, I'm not saying anything right now, but potentially of that park. Monsters Unchained is
Holy.
with friends on that media event, and they were on in front of us, so they got off and waited to see our reaction coming off it for the first time, and
Yeah.
I was like, holy that was amazing.
I'm going to call you out as a liar because it wasn't. It took you until you got off, and you got off the loading carousel to actually be able to speak.
Yes, but
thank
oh
you.
my
Yes.
god.
Yeah, we
It
both came
is-
off and just looked at each other, and it was just like, what did we just experience?
It was amazing.
Because we went straight back round, didn't
And
we?
we got a perfect.
Bringing tears to my eyes right now thinking about it.
And for how many
Amazing.
times people have talked about animatronics going down,
Mm-hmm.
and we've experienced it a little bit ourselves, we got more perfect runs through that attraction than we have not.
Yeah.
But even when some of the animatronics weren't moving, it didn't matter.
No,
I would disagree. I disagree.
course you would.
Depends which ones they are.
That ride is very much a Horror Nights house. If
Mm-hmm.
things aren't working properly, it's going to really take away from the experience because we rode that probably
I think it depends on which animatronics that go
5
down.
to 7 times. And we had phenomenal rides that was like mind blowing. And the last one we did, it was like a third of the animatronics were down.
See, yeah,
Wow,
that's a
yeah,
lot.
that's-
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
like,
the odd one.
Hunchback was down. Frankie was down.
that's a big one.
Dr. Victorianstein was Victoria Stein.
Victorian Stein of
Victoria
shit.
Frankenstein. She wasn't even out there in the pre-show. It was that B-roll where they show her on the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really
Really?
took away from everything. Yeah. Like her statue was completely gone.
Wow.
Oh my
So,
God.
Yeah, that happened on one day for us too.
so yeah, I would disagree. I think if everything isn't working as it should
Yeah.
be, it really does take away from it.
That
Yeah, I
pre-show
agree.
is amazing.
Yeah.
But that being said, amazing ride.
Yeah.
We obviously walked into that attraction knowing what it was, and Michelle went to walk.
We didn't know. I didn't know.
We walked into it on opening day knowing what
Oh, on
that
opening
ride
day,
was.
yeah, you've got to clarify what
So Michelle,
you-
I
Yeah.
mentioned Michelle, she wasn't with us then. So she went to walk through knowing theme park attractions. Like, I know I'm going to go through those doors, so I'm going to walk over as close as I can get to those doors so I can get through quicker. And I'm like, don't you dare move.
Yep,
Stand
you
right
stay
there.
here.
And
Yeah.
when Frankenstein the lights come on and he walked out, her face was a picture.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is just a effing
That
pre-show.
pre-show is so
Yeah.
damn good.
Amazing. Like, we stopped.
Even the Igor portion is amazing. Like
Yes.
But even the bit, like
Like,
so many people, the doors open and
Yeah.
people leave. Do not leave.
no.
Do
Yeah,
not
we
leave
watched the
until
whole
Frank
thing.
tells you to leave.
It's just, I'm still struggling over which is my favourite animatronic in that ride altogether. There's so many. It's either the Hunchback is amazing.
I love that.
Amazing. The fact that when he turns round and like swipes, it feels like it's a real
The
person.
Hunchback.
You mean you're talking about the
Phantom of the
Phantom?
Opera. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I said Hunchback earlier. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phantom
Yeah, I
is-
think you did. Yeah, I meant.
I
the
did,
same
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
yeah, Phantom's my favourite.
Or either of the two. Oh, see, I love the Frankenstein when he's like, "Yes, doctor," and he puts his hands on the whatever they're
Yeah.
called.
Two like Tesla
Like
coils.
yeah.
Yeah.
The energy coil or orbs,
Amazing,
whatever.
amazing. But the two Wolfmen animatronics, the one
Mm-hmm.
where he's like kind of feeding and then he looks up at you, and then the other one that swipes down, they are. Oh,
Dude, what about Dracula with that background?
it's
I
just.
mean,
oh my god.
Did you guys? So
Yeah.
we wrote it obviously before the park had opened, right? During pass holder previews. There were tons of effects that weren't playing or running at that time.
Okay.
That when we came back to the park this time, finally ran through, and this is also what made me go, okay, this is an amazing, even more amazing ride.
Yeah.
Did you get like the heat
Yes.
and the water? Yeah, I never got that the first time. Even the seats like vibrating didn't happen.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that
time
is
around.
my.
And this time went through a perfect run through, got the heat when Dracula came out the portal, got the vibrate. I was blown away by
That
it.
is my favorite little detail of when the electricity pulses and it like vibrates. Like you've got like the haptic feedback through the seat. That's my favorite little detail in that attraction.
My favorite detail is when you first encounter Dracula, the scene that Chris is talking about, I'm assuming, and he breaks free and the Kuka arm pulls you backwards, and it makes you literally feel like Dracula is like blowing you backwards.
Yeah.
That time,
Hey, Chris.
that time, like that timing and the sensation that it gives you, the way it pulls you. I was like, oh, that feels so awesome. It was just so good. And even like the way that the Kuka arm, and they have it programmed to put you perfectly where they want you to be able to look at what they want you to look at. Yeah. Like even they tilt you backwards. And it's not just because it's a little bit thrilling to tilt you backwards. No, it's because there's a freaking screen that direction that they want you looking at. I'm speechless. Yeah. I'm sure all of you have seen my ride picture at this point. I think you guys have posted it. Like that was my first ride through of that attraction. And for those of you who haven't seen it, I look like a little baby who's like seeing his mama for the first time after a week. Like all 4 of my limbs are outstretched, like all 4. And the look on my face is just pure love. I was so excited to see all of the monsters, all of the scary things. Like every single time something scary happened, I loved it. I loved it all.
It's fantastic. It is literally, in my opinion, ride. It's not so much the perfect ride. It is the perfect use of practical effects and screens. It's literally up there. Like I did Rise of the Resistance recently, and I thought that was a great use of a lot of physical sets and some screens as well. This ride just is because there's a lot more screens, I feel like, in this ride than there is like in Rise, for example.
They don't feel like screens.
Exactly.
No. What I'm saying is that's my point.
And that's the thing,
the way they use them.
Yes.
It is like there's portions of screens that are just like tiny little holes that go through trees. So it's just like a little window you're seeing out of it. It doesn't even look like a screen. And it's so well done that it really just, you don't even think about it. You just think that you're going through the things that you're watching.
And somehow they provide so much depth without needing goggles.
Yeah, and that's because those screens are double layered. So there's an actual screen at the back, but then a musion effect in front of it. So like the bit where you see where Dracula comes round after he's escaped, and the brides of Dracula are in the background screen, and Dracula's musion on the front screen. So it gives that depth. It's so good. Yeah. And by the way, best line in any ride ever. That out, even the really ugly one.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Really ugly
Brilliant.
one.
That's. I can't believe it took you a few rides to hear that.
100. It's just so good.
Yeah. I mean,
it really is good.
We did pause for a photo on.
Oh yes, we did.
We do have some photographs somewhere of these rides.
If someone actually gets on his app and sends them.
I've not seen any of them.
I will put the complaint in for you. I totally forgot you asked me for that. I got you.
I know.
That ride is just so good. I rode that ride so many times over the 3 days. That's the one I rode the most. And it literally was a walk-on the entire 3 days that we were there.
We were worried about that.
We've never seen it above a 35-minute wait in the 4 days we were there.
I didn't see it above a 10-minute wait, and that was literally just walking through the queue.
Yeah.
Apparently that's because that's one of the fewer rides in that park that is at 100% capacity. I
agree as well, but I just think I think a lot of people just don't care about monsters. I think other people are more interested in the other things, and a lot of families won't necessarily go in there either. Well, I think that's
good.
Yes, but there is a really great child swap area.
There is, but I think that's why it's lower wait times generally because of other things. I think a lot of parents were like, "Well, we're not taking the kids in there."
But the loading and unloading of that is so efficient. That. You know, just that carousel that just carries on moving.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. And I found out later, so we'd seen some gaps, and I'd realised
I've heard there was white today from someone else as well.
Painted bits on the carousel, but there'd be no cars. We were like, because there'd been a few things going down, we're like, oh, maybe that car's malfunctioned. Then I found out that is actually, they have spaces for any of the accessibility ride vehicles.
Okay.
So what they do is
so they can just plug them in.
they load you at a separate place, and then the car just moves in, so nothing
That's
stops
so
moving,
clever.
and that is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's so clever. Oh, it was
So-
Taste of University. You were talking about it on there.
So
That's
there's
why.
for the person who needs the accessibility vehicle, you're not waiting for so many cars to come round before that seat's available. It's just there. So you're not waiting.
Right.
You're not going to wait more than a couple of minutes extra.
And they built that
great.
into many of the rides there,
Yes.
because I don't know if you saw it like on the Donkey Kong coaster.
Yes.
There's a separate loading area
Yeah.
behind a wall so that you can load a wheelchair, everything on there, and they can just slip that cart into the track while they're
Yeah.
still doing their normal
Yeah.
operations.
I believe Yoshi's Adventure's the same.
That's
Yeah, I think
there's
so.
so
Now,
many
the-
smart things in this park that we noticed that they've took heed of complaints or things that don't necessarily work and implemented them here
Yeah,
perfectly.
they really
The
have.
lockers very specifically.
Very impressed with the lockers.
Oh, yeah.
I liked the loading area of this one, even though similar in concept to Forbidden Journey. This loading area was massive. Like you walk in out of the locker area into where the loading thing, and it opens up. It's like the ceiling is so tall. It really, even from that point, makes you feel immersed into the ride. It makes you feel like you are truly in like the catacombs of this mansion.
Well, not just that, it also keeps on, it leads the cables that you've been seeing in the queue lead into that room. Like it's completely themed all the way through.
Yeah.
All the way through, and the conveyor belts that you're walking across are much larger. They've built that landing area where you enter to the conveyor belts, but then also exit. Like it's just so much larger, capacity wise, that you don't feel stressed. The Forbidden Journey loading area feels a little bit stressful sometimes because it's so crowded, and you feel like I don't have much time to hurry up and get on my seat. This one doesn't feel like that.
I feel Hagrid's is the same.
Mm-hmm.
That's stressful.
But to that point, though, going back to what we were talking about earlier in reference to throughput, I really think it's more about just families not wanting to go into that land. Because in theory, it should have the same throughput that Forbidden Journey has. It's just a moving, nonstop. If you load 1,000 seats or 100 seats at one time, it doesn't matter because it's only going to move so fast.
Yeah.
So this is the same thing. It's going to have the same throughput. You just don't have as many people going in there because, monsters.
Yeah.
Well, I think on, correct me if I'm wrong, but on Forbidden Journey, if you do have an accessibility need, doesn't the thing have to stop? They don't have a separate loading area?
I don't think so. I don't think it ever stops. I've never seen it stop for Forbidden Journey.
Well, like whenever I've been on the ride, it does stop for moments here and there. And I'm always assuming that's because they're slowing it down to allow somebody who needs some type of accessibility onto the ride.
No.
I don't think that they have a separate area for loading for that.
No, I don't think so.
They have a notice.
No.
This one on Monsters, for all the times I've ridden it, it never stopped. Like it never slowed down. It never halted. Nothing.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. That's going to wrap up this episode. But before we go, we do actually have, so Jersey and I were at the media event. We got the chance to do it. It was a group interview. We didn't actually get to interview him on his own, but a group interview with the creative director for Dark Universe, and that is Peter Carsillo. And I will put that in here.
Okay, I'm from Atlanta. Can you talk about Epic Universe and what about it invites the idea of traveling, bringing your family, your friends here and experiencing this world?
Well, this is something you can't experience anywhere else on Earth. Imagine an in-world place for the Universal monsters. It just doesn't exist. This is the first time that we've ever done it, and I can't tell you. I would travel from around the globe just to see Universal's Epic Universe. If you've been walking around for the last day or so, you know just how grand this experience is and how big it is and how worthwhile it is. But for me as a monster fan, I can't leave out Dark Universe. To me, Dark Universe is such an incredible achievement, and it's a place that's just designed for monster fans or for future monster fans.
And I just rode I don't know which ride it's called, all the animatronics.
Yeah,
I think it's the best use of animatronics I've seen so far. Do you know how many there are used?
There is, you know what, I'm sorry. I don't have the exact number. Animatronics in Monsters Unchained. I think it's 19. I think it's 19. I apologize.
A bunch, yeah.
I should know that. I apologize, but blanking. It's honestly, we used animatronics in every way we could imagine in that attraction. We have walking ones, we have flying ones, we have climbing through the rafters ones, and they're coming out of caskets. There's so many different ways, and we really tried to push the envelope with the animated figures to make it something you can't find anywhere else.
It really shows.
Can you tell us about the lore? What are we doing in Darkmoor? How did this village come about?
Well, if you can imagine all the stories that we told in all of our Universal Monster films, going all the way back to the Phantom of the Opera, Hunchback of Notre Dame, imagine if all of those stories took place in one place. So we've kind of re-centralized everything. But what's nice about Dark Universe, and this is my hope for the future, is that if you were to go over the hill, there's more monster stories over there. If you were to go over the mountains, there's more monster stories over there. It doesn't stop with what we see today. This is just the beginning. And so we really hope that we'll bring new monsters to the story. If you go into the Burning Glade, you'll see new monsters in there. You'll see hints of new stories everywhere. And that's what we're hoping, is that we can keep expanding the classic Universal monster stories in that way.
Awesome. Can you tell us, what's below us? What's this well over here? How does that work?
That's kind of a sad story, actually.
Okay.
So, there's a huge vampire colony that lives under the ground, under our feet, right here in Darkmoor. So, every once in a while, in order to exert their dominance, the vampires send their familiars out for a few sacrifices. Now, in the center of a regular town, there's a well where we get water from underground. But you can imagine there's vampires down there. So this is actually designed for them to send blood down into the ground. So if you see those peaks there, a little bit of rust color on them, that's because it's kind of a human juicer. It allows us to juice a few villagers and send the blood down to the vampire babies down there.
And there's some catacombs as well. I know you can hear some things up front here.
That's right.
Some stairs.
Yeah, there's the catacombs actually connect beneath the ground from the cemetery all the way to the Frankenstein Manor, where you actually go down into the catacombs. And that's actually been a cause of a lot of contention here in the Dark Universe, because when Henry Frankenstein first came to town, he started doing experiments down there against the vampire's will. And so that caused a lot of problems. And when they tried to make peace, the vampires that made peace with Henry got staked, and they're actually up in the steakhouse right now with a whole bunch of stakes in them. So you can see that those catacombs are really central to the story.
Cool.
I mean, you've kind of alluded to it already, Peter, that Dark Universe feels like the culmination of 100 years of Universal history. It's got to have been amazing to bring something like this to the park finally.
Oh, it's the privilege of a lifetime, honestly, to be a part of this legacy and to actually bring other artists into it. We've brought all sorts of famous Hollywood monster makers in to create the future of Universal Monsters, and it's just been an absolute joy.
It's amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it.
We rode Monsters Unchained earlier. I'm not normally speechless. I was.
That's really gratifying. I think our entire team of artists and technicians and technology folks will all be thrilled to hear that.
Now they need to make a movie of Victoria Frankenstein.
Yes.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? I can only hope.
Are there any plans to do anything during Halloween Horror Nights in this land, or?
That hasn't been discussed yet with me. I'm kind of a Dark Universe guy, so Halloween Horror Nights has a whole team just for that.
Okay.
Awesome. So there you go, everyone. That's going to wrap up this episode. I hope you've enjoyed our spoiler-filled chat, and if you haven't, then tough, you shouldn't have listened. I warned you at the beginning. But before we go, it's been a while since we've done some birthdays, so we need to wrap up June's birthday. So Tracy, for the Producers Club.
There's a few here.
We haven't done it for a while.
I know. We're going to kick off the belated ones, and we have birthday twins. On June the 13th, it was Peter Robinson's birthday. Happy birthday, Peter!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
And it was also, I know this guy, it's also Sam Nash's birthday. Happy birthday, Sam!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
He's competition now.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we don't like you anymore. No, I'm kidding. On the 14th, this is a donated birthday. Producer Frank donated to his son, Tyler, a 21st birthday wish. So happy 21st birthday, Tyler Gallidanes!
Happy birthday!
Woo! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Tyler. Come see me.
I think they've been listening to the show since the very beginning.
Yeah.
I will make him a 21st birthday.
Yes. And then June the 15th is Laura Eaton's birthday. Happy birthday, Laura!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
And then going forward on the 19th, we have Callum Duffy's birthday. Happy birthday, Callum!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
The 21st is Katie McNeil's birthday. Happy birthday, Katie!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Birthday happy!
And on the 22nd, we have Graham Boyd's birthday. Happy birthday, Graham!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! I can't come up with it.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah. The 23rd is Jess Acker's birthday. Happy birthday, Jess!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Have a great birthday, Jess.
And the 25th, it's Leslie Kish's birthday. Happy birthday, Leslie!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Leslie's birthday, happy.
Oh my God.
And the 27th, it's Brian Jennings' birthday. Happy birthday, Brian!
Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
On the 28th, we've got Adam Meadows' birthday. Happy birthday, Adam!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And we have more birthday twins on the 29th. It's Michael. I am sorry if I get your surname wrong. Buchan?
He's
Please,
not going to answer you.
I know, but please let me know how to
That is
pronounce that
correct.
for next year. I would like to get that right.
Like Tracy left a pause like he was going to go, yes, you
No,
are
because I was
correct.
thinking of other ways I could say it. Happy
Michael, send a
birthday.
clip in of your name.
Yeah.
Please do. Happy birthday,
Happy
Michael.
birthday!
Happy birthday.
And also the 29th is Melissa Sawyer's birthday. Happy birthday, Melissa.
Happy birthday!
Feliz cumpleaños,
birthday.
Melissa.
And to round this off, we got one more set of birthday twins on the 30th. It's Rachel Merritt's birthday. Happy birthday, Rachel.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Rachel.
And it's also the birthday of Nora Martinez. Happiest of birthdays, Nora.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
And I just have to say, wait, that's actually a birthday triplet because Nancy, my wife's birthday, is also June 30th. So happy birthday,
happy
Nancy.
birthday,
Happy
Nancy.
birthday, Nancy.
Is she a paid member? Because I'm not going to say it if she's not.
I don't
No.
know. Is Alexa?
Yes.
No way.
Happy birthday, Alexa. No. Happy birthday, Nancy. We love you.
We do. Wishing you all amazing birthdays and lots of cake.
Thank you, everyone, for having your birthdays at the end of June, because it gives us so many outtakes. That is going to wrap up the podcast. Don't forget, we want you to rate the Freeze Ray Pops and send in your recordings, as well as sending us your how bad is Fast and Furious Supercharged jokes. You can send them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com, and we'll be back next week to finish up our spoiler-filled review of Epic Universe. See you next week.
That's the end of another Stella episode of UUOP. Use the Flu Network to give you access to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. And check out our blog at uuopodcast.com for everything else. Send your owls to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, jump down the warp pipe at uuop.supercast.com. It's alive on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that podcasts are found. So please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can. Dragons aren't the only way to get around. Email Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. Listen to them, Children of the Night, the children of the UUOP network. Rush of Fear, Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info, the Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando food podcast, and the Portkey Passport, an adult-centric Disney podcast. Make sure to subscribe and come back next week because in the end, it turns out all we needed was a little more of this.